Good evening, all. Emmanuel Fon is my name. The Cradle TV show is here again. In today's episode of the program, we will bring forward to you the just concluded conference and exhibition of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. We promise you will have an impactful moment with us. Stay tuned as we bring the spotlight of the event.
Remembering God's bounty in the years strings the pearls of favor. Give this one day to thanks, to joy, and to gratitude. The Nigerian Society of Engineers in Akwa Ibom State took these words of Henry Ward Beeker to heart as the week-long event marking the Nigerian Society of Engineers Uyo Tech Innovation Week 2019 was kick-started with a Thanksgiving service at Foursquare Gospel Church. In a church, the pastor thanked the engineers for their dedication in the engineering field. He also urged them to look into bringing back the low-income housing scheme, which will go a long way to help in provision of permanent shelter to low-income earners. He also encouraged the government to patronize our local engineers by awarding road contracts to them. He urged the engineers to form a strong team and unite together.
They will be encouraging the authorities to use more local engineers. But I can assure you, anywhere I am, the opportunity provides itself. I'll be on the side of patronizing local contractors because of the sporadic effects. I also want to use this opportunity to appeal to you on behalf of the society to dialogue and persuade the government to bring back low-cost housing. Please, DSQ, I beg you, be our voice. Low-cost housing program helped the low-income earners to own a house. People are now hypertensive because they are thinking when they leave service, where will they stay with their children?
Engineers, led by their beautifully dressed spouses, danced out to thank the Lord. The chairman, Engineer James Amier, who thanked God on behalf of all the engineers, took a special hymn and a Bible reading from Genesis chapter 1, even as he urged parents to encourage their words to study and become engineers too.
Look at the creation as it was recorded by God, as found in Genesis chapter 1, which I would love to take some selected verses. All of us here within the sound of my voice and out there were all brought to earth with equal opportunities. Like it was preached earlier in the day, that there are opportunities that abound. All we need to do is to prepare ourselves to discover these opportunities. We're all created as equal beings and we came to earth. And when we arrived, some of us found the opportunities to become engineers. And as engineers and members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, we are again opportunity to come here and give praises and thanks to God.
The pastor prayed for the engineers, after which the Nigerian Society of Engineers made donations to the church, and the church in return presented a book to the chairman.
They came knowing that you are the one that will bless. Therefore, Father, bless all the activities. Bless the ESCO members. Bless their families. This engineering profession, Father, in Akwa Ibom State and beyond, bless in the name of Jesus.
On behalf of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I hereby do this donation. Father, to the Son, and the Holy Ghost. And as the chairman of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I personally do this on behalf of myself and my family to the glory of God.
On behalf of the Foursquare Gospel Church of our Town, we present this token of a book to show the love of Christ and to say thank you for finding Foursquare worthy to come and do your thanksgiving. May the Lord bless you in Jesus' name.
Wednesday, 7th August 2019, which was the second day of the week-long event, which had the theme Local Content Innovation and Engineering for Sustainable Economic and Industrial Development of Akwa Ibom State and beyond.
The rare privilege I have to welcome all of you to the NST Rio 2019 Tech Innovation Conference and Exhibition. This conference is very auspicious and unique in nature, as it is the first engineering exhibition conference since the creation of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Uyo branch, 34 years ago. This year's theme, Local Content Innovations in Engineering for Sustainable Economic and Industrial Development of Akwa Ibom State and beyond, was carefully chosen to trigger and stimulate great discussions on the urgent need to begin to adopt local solutions to solve local problems, thereby sparking up the process leading to economic self-reliance, wealth creation, industrial development, and sustainability of our state. No other profession, to the best of my knowledge, requires so much from its practitioners than the engineering profession. Generally, the engineer is saddled with the basic responsibility of analysis, design, and application of all such wonderful scientific developments, keeping the human society in mind as a measure of technological benefits.
Keynote speaker was Professor Charles Oko.
Now, technical education is a very poor state. Schools seriously overcrowded. What is available is free but not for the people. Serious upgrade is necessary. Students are are more or less like their secondary school counterparts. The technical schools are offering physics, chemistry, and all that. Not the city and guilds courses that we used to know about. That's why they are not better off than ordinary secondary school products. And if we actually want to have technical education, I go for this new option. Build new technical school in each senatorial district. Schools should only offer city and guilds programs. They should admit secondary or technical school graduates. State-of-the-art equipment should be provided. Students should be trained for international certifications. What we have as technical schools here will never produce the correct manpower for us. With a technical college having about 5,000 students, how many equipment can you have for that kind of number in that place? So now that these people have come out pretending to have free secondary education, can we go on and build some technical schools where people are not going to collect qualifications that will send them to university or polytechnic, whereby you acquire real skills that can make you work somewhere?
One of the special guests at the event was the Honorable Commissioner for Environment, Barrister Ekong Samson.
Work on Agri Avenue. The procurement process is in top gear. It's a World Bank project. Was done in the support of the state government. We are in the heat of the procurement process. The management plan is in top gear. ESMP is in top, is at the top level. And given the rather technical aspects that are involved in the World Bank procurement process, I trust that not too long from now, there will be a difference at that side.
Events Planning Committee Chairman Ukemokpop took the thank you and closing remark, even as all the Planning Committee members filed out and took a bow.
I want to appreciate the fellows whom make out the first set of people to be in this country. They came out in their numbers and they came out in their regalia. And I'm wishing that someday I will put something on top of this. Yes, this is the first edition of a conference and exhibition hosted by the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Uyo branch. And I want to see this opportunity to thank my committee members for their contribution of ideas on how this event should be. And today we are proud that we have hosted this event. This year engineering reflects a unique departure from the regular culture of the gathering of certified engineers in Rio to discuss issues affecting the profession by the professional and for the professions. These past years, our focus has always been what we think, what we want, and what should be for us. And in our consideration, what concerns us is not other business, and that was not good enough. So the planning committee this year choose to think and plan differently. Our focus this year is on local content innovation in engineering for sustainable economy and industrial development of Akwa Ibom State and beyond. And it could make no sense gathering the body of engineers in Akwa Ibom State to showcase the new ideas, innovations, and inventions by engineers to fellow engineers. Of course, you know, that won't be good enough.
These were the men who were given the responsibility of putting this together. And even when we're not yet at the end of this event, because it's a week-long event, we agree with me that the little we have seen gives us hope of better things to come in the days to unfold. I'd like us to give this people a resounding applause as they take a bow for putting up this very first conference and exhibition. Thank you. Thank you.
Participants of the event stepped out for the exhibition where innovative talent was showcased.
Have you found the difference between the water quality? We have done some tests. Sorry.
We did the test in school before being here.
Okay, so what's your efficiency level?
Yeah, we have about 98%.
I want to have the pH of this your water now.
The pH, I tested the pH. The pH that this system gives us is between 6.5.
Does it vary intermittently or it's constant?
But it falls within the range you mentioned.
So what could be the factors that will affect the pH?
But the acidity of the water.
The 5 order of both spark ignition and compression ignition. The handle here is used to crank the engine. Yes, sir. You know, during the working principle of the engine, during the compression stroke, the spark plug needs to introduce the spark in order to ignite the compressed mixture. So at a proper time. So this is just for simulation. Yeah.
This is forward reverse motor starter trainer. This was manufactured by one of our students. And the interesting part is we are also using it in the lab for experiments. It's not that they just fabricated and it's not what we are using. They are using it every day for our experiments.
Here we can use it at industries and also at the institutes. We mostly apply it when we need forward, backward, maybe upward and downward movement when we couple it with induction motors. Although it is quite unfortunate we don't have the power supply that we can put this in place. Then it has been tested and we're using it for practical in our lab. Here is also another project we have here, direct online starter. We used to start induction motors. You know, with 3-phase induction motor, the induction motor works with 3 phases, such that if there is any phase failure, there will be high current and it will affect the induction motor. So therefore this is now used in order to prevent such problems like maybe imbalance voltage, high current on the induction motor while in operation. We also have here
a portable power generator. Now this portable power generator is used to charge a phone battery and also any battery that can take a 5 volts. To take up a 5 volts. Now it is the same thing as a power bank, but in this case it has its own power supply in which you don't need to charge the battery that is inside. It is used this thing. 2 motors are being used inside here. One serves as a generator and one serves as a motor. In which when the 2 motors come together, the motor will turn the rotor of the generator, in which the generator now will give out a power, a voltage coming out. Then the voltage now is being amplified also and being fed to the battery that will also charge the battery and also send out a 5 volt supply to charge the battery. So if I on this thing now it's charging the battery. So
you don't use phone to control appliances in your home. We have bulb here and we have fan here. You on the bulb, then you off it here using this app. This app is customized for this application. To on the fan, you power the fan here, and then you off it here. You can increase it to control as many appliances. I designed the app. Then this one is security alarm system. This one has a GSM SIM here. It has a siren here. This is the sensor, infrared sensor. This sensor can be mounted in different positions in your home, about probably like 4, and cascade it up to 4. When there is an intrusion into that environment, the sensor will detect the intrusion, send signal to the controller, and the controller will sound this alarm, then call your number using this thing. Because when you activate this controller, the number that you use, the number, like my number now is saved on this microcontroller. If you want to change the number on it, you send double hash to this thing. When you send double hash as SMS to this thing, the number that is sending that double hash is the number will be saved, will be replaced with the number that is here. So when there's an intrusion, it rings your number and sounds the alarm.
The door will be open. This technology is quite uncommon, and it makes life easier. Even with the help of this, your children in the house can operate electrical appliances without the electric shock hazard. Your grandmother in the house who cannot pull a generator can use the phone, turn on the generator, and life is going. So if I'm giving the empowerment to make this in a large quantity for distribution, I think it will solve so many problems like electrical shock hazards and the rest of others.
If the image through the linear, it will ferment anaerobic fermentation without oxygen.
When you go to the flour mills in Calabar, this is what they use for bagging.
Introducing pedal tap. You don't have to touch the tap, just step on the pedal, water runs. Take your foot off and it automatically stops. It does not use electricity, it's manual, and it can go into any sink, old or new.
They have their different compressors here and they consume separate amount of energy. For this one, the energy requirement is lower than the regular one you have in the market. And the beautiful thing about it is that it has not been done before anywhere in the world.
Can we see the inside space of
you can see it's cooling. You can find it like a deep freezer.
But you don't have the space for the deep freezer.
Yeah, but you can see that if you put anything here, like you see this space now.
Okay.
Anything here now can food frozen.
Okay.
We'll have
like
more,
a deep freezer.
Yeah, we have more coils here.
Okay.
This is just a model.
Okay.
We just want to show you that this thing can work.
Okay.
So if a company decides to partner with us, we can now mass produce it. Or if the Akwa Ibom State government is so keen about industrialization, decide that we should produce something like this, we can now make it more beautiful, bring in all the aesthetic features that will make it sellable. Okay. But this is just a model to show that it can work.
Friend, what is the name of your machine?
Heavy duty.
Heavy duty what? Payloader. You are trying to construct some motor. We don't use petrol to drive it. It's electric motor.
This one is a sample that if there is money, we can do a bigger one like this.
What are you using here now? It's electric, the battery. Nothing like reserve fuel.
Operator, let me see.
Let's see how it works. Okay, travel forward and backward. Let's see how it goes back. Okay, now you are lifting the bucket down. Can you bring it down?
This single phase selector system would help you to be changing your phase without you touching your cutout fuse. Because now we are changing phase with cutout fuse. And because of this, we need special people to touch it, because if you don't know how to handle it, you may hurt yourself or be electrocuted. Now, using this system, a little child can also change phase for you, which is high voltage and low voltage, without being magneted or being electrocuted. So you can just change your phase, look at the present voltage, the input voltage, make your choice. So you want to use yellow phase, you turn the regulator. Very smooth. You want to make use of red phase, you turn the regulator. Very smooth without blocking or unblocking cutouts. change phase. Now you look at, you have automatic changeover switch. Presently in the system we have what we call automatic changeover switch, but it's very rare. Why? Because the present one we are having, the Chinese technicians and other countries are likely to cut off, are likely to burn off. Why? They are using, they are diagnosing the panel with what we call spider IC, which is the integrated IC. But in this system, I'm using a direct IC that does not have anything to do with much consumption of energy, and it can last because of the accessories that I use inside. This one, as it is 120 amps that can power not less than 10 to 15 amps at the same time. This one here can last, and when we produce our products, I give you guarantees so that you know the time and what to use and what to do. So you can wake up anytime off your generator if the system was close to you. Now, when the mains come, when the generator was on, it will just switch into mains, which is the NEPA, and then off your generator in less than a second. That means your appliances will not go off and come back. It continues under continuity.
Also making part of day 3 was the gathering of the spouses of the engineers. They pledged their unalloyed support for their husbands and also made some educative presentations on healthy lifestyles to graceful aging.
Do exercises that promote flexibility and maintain balance. Example, walking, heel to toe walk, standing on one foot, dancing, and the rest of the things. And then you slowly introduce aerobic exercise, deep breathing exercises, then you train your weight. We have exercises that promote flexibility. We have exercises that maintain balance.
Then came the impactful moment of brainstorming, where questions, answers, and contributions filled the air just immediately after different keynote speakers took turns to make presentation on topical issues.
Combating the perennial flooding in Rio, and then of course the urban waste management. The two subjects would observe current status and seek to provide nuggets of sustainable contemporary engineering solutions. The ultimate aim will be to provoke and stimulate healthy discourse among engineers. The resultant effect will be directions and the flood pattern. And guess what? They ignored me. What they were looking first at was the money. Interestingly, money had already been budgeted for that road, and there was no design to support it. The design to support it was just a generic design. Whether the topography is high, low, bent, slopey, just allow us to review designs. There's absolutely nothing wrong with reviewing designs. But my area of concern is that most times it has always been a reactive method instead of being proactive. Now, when even something is wrong, it is proper for you to know what the current status is and see how you can go into empirical designs and see how you can alter it or ameliorate it, change it, adjust it. But what we sometimes, for this forum, what we're trying to let people know is that we have a problem on our hands. Like he said something very profound, when Professor Chasko said something very profound, and it's happening in Osoma. Where I live, for those who know Osoma area very well, there's Osoma Street, there's Damina, there is Dove School. Then Biabo is somewhere there along Warren Road. So if you look very carefully, you will notice that there is a portion in the middle. And every other place has a higher, should I say, higher level. So here you are, suddenly you just realize that when you want to evacuate from a trough now, you are finding it difficult to see how the inlet levels will align. And here you are confused. So here we are, what we did not do in the past is what we are about paying for now, which is happening in an IPB way now. And it's very frightening. By the time you now put the money together as in the cost, it's very frightening. And here you are, when you're doing that long distance, you now realize that, hey, what are we going to do? Okay, we woke up and it's as if it was a strange phenomenon to just notice yesterday. But it has always been with us. That catchment area was going to, we can't afford a back road, Atiku Abubakar. And just recently, okay, look at Ibom Hall. It cascades down to Information Drive. Information Drive now is constructed. And now the road, they now push the water also there, which now takes water perhaps from Akaitina Road. You know, just like that. The issue, the area where I'm very particular about, there's absolutely nothing wrong with viewing designs. But we often are not considerate of how it affects other areas and looking back at the master plan we have.
To solve that problem, then you have to go underground. Underground, right through. To solve that, because as I said, the catchment for that area is Buchanan Street, down to a back road, then through to federal housing, comes out there, Atiku Abubakar comes in and comes there. From Accra Road Junction comes there. You can see the catchment area is very large. And if you want to take the water, you have to take it straight down to the, direct to the tree. Those ones are surface. The one that if you come along Ring Road 3, okay, maybe you come in from Accra, you can't move the road. The train they have, they use alignment, it's not alignment. But not the vertical alignment. The train there.
Uyo is prone to that. If it rains for 3 hours, you enter Wellington Pass Road, you will not pass. Enter Atiku Abubakar Road, you will not pass. Even Accra, jam everywhere. So Uyo needs a major drainage that will lead to a big septacle like Iba River. Now you are taking everything to Obodo. That people are living there, high population and so on. What will be the future of that area? Why not think of a major drainage that will cut across the city into Iba Road, then link up other drainage systems, sub-drainage systems. Again, the kind of gutters that are in the roads, very shallow. When it rains, you know, it does not carry any flood. It fills up, no body of water, it fills up and swells over the road. Might be those gutters were designed in the 70s and they are still being used. Here is expanding, more houses are being built. Let them think about this design of drainage and change it.
This year, 2019, flooding is the #1 hazard in Nigeria that everybody should be concerned about. So this topic that was presented was very apt, and I want to say that the NSA conference that is holding here in Uyo should clearly convey this to the state government, that all measures short term, because we have to do something now, not tomorrow, for flooding, to have immediate contingency planning to deal with flooding. And then you can think about the long-term one that will take maybe the next 1 year, but it probably has to be done now. Otherwise, more floods are coming this year, according to the forecast by NEM.
Is it that we have put too much politics into it so that we cannot take proactive measures so that we can solve this problem immediately and within the shortest possible time? Another area I want to talk about is this IBB. People speak a whole lot. They say this is the deepest part of Uyo. me as a person, I don't believe. No matter who says it. This cannot be the deepest part of Uyo. And they say they are doing this World Bank this. And they need so much. But I want to say, if you give me half of the money that you need to do this, I will remove this water here. Great things are done by small people.
The conference and exhibition week of the Uyo Branch Nigerian Society of Engineers was rounded off with a well-organized gala and award night.
Attorney General of Akwa Ibom State and Commissioner for Justice. Please join me as I welcome Ambassador Hassan, Senior Advocate of Nigeria.
And the major exhibitors we had who visited us came in to display their products are the University of Uyo, the Akwa Ibom State University, the Technology Incubation Center, Libra Build Mega Resources, and one young man I found recently, and immediately I saw his products, he became my friend. He's an SS1 student of Ofodokwa Secondary School, Master Idonese Godwin Okun. This young SS1 student developed a D8 payloader and an armored vehicle. He's also working on a compacting machine. I express gratitude to the government of Akwa Ibom State and specifically the Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Works for their unalloyed support towards the successful hosting of this conference. Similarly, our gratitude also goes to some reputable engineering production firms, universities, technological incubation institutions, and private innovators operating in Akwa Ibom State. On behalf of the Executive Committee of the Nigerian Society of Engineers Uyo Branch and the entire members of the Conference Planning Committee, I welcome all of you to the grand finale of the NSC Uyo 2019 Engineering Tech Innovation Conference and Exhibition. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you immensely for your attendance of this great gathering. I wish you all very refreshing evening as you wine and dine with us. Thank you. Having become a corporate member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, do hereby promise that I will be governed by the memorandum and articles of association of the society for the time being in force, and I will accept as final and binding the decisions of the council on all matters dealt by them. So help me God.
Congratulations.
I present to you this award of excellence in appreciation of your excellent work in Akwa Ibom State in the engineering industry, and urge you to grow more for us to actualize the vision of His Excellency the Governor. Congratulations.
Engineer Professor Falari Olonge to receive the award of excellence that will be presented by Engineer Chief Benjamin Ekanem, FNSE. Award of Excellence. This one really deserves it. Presenting the award is Engineer Chief Benjamin Ekanem, FNSE. Appreciate this beautiful women. These are Aquariumites. These are women. These are wives of engineers in Nigeria. We did not bring them from Soweto. We didn't bring them from South Africa. We did not bring them from United States of America. They are all Nigerians. They are all Nigerians, and as such, we like to appreciate our own.
The Cradle TV show had a one-on-one interview with members of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and special guests who attended the event beginning from day one, which was the Thanksgiving service.
As a body, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, which I'm opportunity to be one of the members, we set up this Technical Innovation Week because we set up this Technical Innovation Week, but first of all we have to take it to God so that it will be of success, because with God everything is possible. So I want to wish all the engineers success this engineering week.
Well, we thank God for the way and manner it turned out. We give God all the glory. We didn't expect anything less, because the engineers are partners with God in creation as designers, and it's only worthy that engineers should appreciate God and dedicate and commit themselves to God as we embark on the Technical Innovation Week, where creativity, people like Bezalel in the scripture, they downloaded knowledge and wisdom by God to be creative and design and build according to God's plan and design. So we are just, living up to the bidding by doing that.
I want to thank God for the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Thank God for the way God is using them. We have seen what is happening in Akwa Ibom State. We have seen the road network. I'm sure it's the work of engineers. God have used them to be able to rearrange. Before, we used to have a lot of flood problems in Akwa Ibom State. But now, if you look at it, it's only in IPB that we really have that problem. And very soon, we trust God that problem will be arrested, because the Commissioner of Work is really working on that.
An engineering profession is one profession God has given to us to provide that country. We affect every facet of life, from medical to whatever you think, your shoe, your dress, the food you eat is processed through our machines. So the techno innovation that is coming on is to showcase that Nigerian engineers have come of age. Those things that people go to China to look for, they are here. We have the capacity, we have the capability, we have the way we have the professional competence to undertake them. So we invite the public to come and share and see what we can do.
We came here to give thanks to God, the God of all creation, and is the creator himself. Himself is first of all an engineer, and we as creators, we are engineers. So we come to give him the glory and honor for more wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and grace. So able to do more and offer and impart the society more. And it's a good thing we have been able to do that today. And we are trusting that this coming week program will be successful in all ramifications.
We are really very grateful to God. Looking at the weather, looking at everything, the turnout is very, very impressive. Maybe in the past, maybe you used to have a Thanksgiving that you don't see this kind of turnouts. It means your branch is very united and we are moving forward. I also thank God for everything. The last conference we went at Abuja, we women, we took an award. So in fact, everything put together is very okay for you. Our primary motive in marriage is to fulfill our husband's destiny. If you're a wife of an engineer and you don't tack along with him, they travel a lot. We need to give them that protection. And what we do in Spouses Forum is to pray for our husbands. And I can testify that so many of our husbands are really progressing in their field of endeavor, in their workplaces, because of our prayer.
I want to say that the dream that the committee has is to promote and showcase the ingenuity of indigenous engineers and professionals. We have discovered that a lot of people have developed a lot of technologies locally here, but they don't have a platform to showcase. They don't have a place to exhibit where would have afforded them opportunity for people, for investors to come and invest in them or in developing that thing better. Yes, just like we said, we are not really looking at a well-polished invention. No matter how rough, how tattered that inventions look like, bring it up and exhibit.
First of all, I have to appreciate the state government for the little they have been able to do in terms of acknowledging the fact that engineers exist. Engineers can do it. Engineers can challenge their peers anywhere. Of course, you recall that as I speak with you, we have 4 permanent secretaries in the government of Akwa Ibom State who are engineers. Then again, we also have engineers manning other agencies of government as of today. But like Oliver Twist, we will always say we have not had enough. We need more. We'll continue to ask for more. Now is the time for us to come back home and begin to look inward and utilize what we have for the beneficial use of our people. As I speak with you now, there are stories going all over the place that Nigerians are being denied entry into the United States. I'm sure very soon other nations of the world will follow suit. So for me, I think it's high time we come back home and begin to think for ourselves. Why are we going to other people's home? Sometimes they feel that because ours is so bad, so we want to run away and probably come in to mess theirs. So it's time we come back home, look inward, think of our problems, and see how we can use solutions within our vicinity to solve problems still within our vicinities.
Well, it's an opportunity we're waiting for in this branch. And since the inception of the Engineer James Amiang FNSC led school, it had been insightful from the beginning. We dreamed of having a techno innovation conference like this, where we can showcase our products, bring in our people to showcase their ingenuity. And you can see today the lineup of ingenuity in innovations you can find out there, the creativity our people have displayed. And you can hear from the conference hall how our engineers can compete and do better, even more than the expatriates will bring down from other countries. We can see innovations like the melon, the huxing machine, is the first of its kind. I bet you have not seen anywhere. But these are what our people has created. And I believe the state government, going by the drive of the state governor, industrialization drives, I believe that the society will partner with the government to showcase this thing, brief the government, so that these things, can be produced in massive scale.
This is Tech Innovation Conference. It's all about innovations, local content from people, from the products of local engineers from Akwa Ibom. As you have seen, we have a lot of exhibitions there, a lot of innovations done by local engineers. So if opportunities are given, we have investors that have come in, the government agencies, the government are there. You want them to identify with them, try and invest and have confidence in these local engineers, because there's a lot of intentions and have a growth of the industries, growth of organization from the local products.
The number of people that has attended this conference this first day has outnumbered all the budget we made in terms of materials. We make over 300 conference material. It has been exhausted, and we are having more people, which we promise that we'll get back to the producers of those materials to make it for them, because they paid. We never envisaged that. So the turnout is massive. You can look around and see that people, for engineers, I could say all the engineers in your branch are here. And then general public are all here. So people from all walks of life are here, and the turnout is very marvelous. This is the first edition, and then we have this kind of a turnout. It's wonderful. We are in a society where people keep complaining of one thing or the other. And yet, these things we've been complaining about are all available around us. But because there have been no forum, there have been no opportunity or a place for these things to be seen, to be known, or to be told. Therefore, people don't even know that there is a solution in their problem, for their problem. So this exhibition is bringing solutions to those that need the solutions, from those that can provide the solution to those that need the solution. That is the bottom line of the exhibition. For example, we have a lot of people who are involved in palm processing or farming, and they are looking for basic mechanized equipment that can make the work easy. And here we have it. We have a machine that can I think they call it a palm shaver, that can shave the palm kernel from the stalk very easily within a few seconds, and it can do 100 bunch of it in less than 30 minutes or 1 hour. And that's, you understand what I mean. And from there, there's a conveyor belt that conveys it to the next machine that boil it, and then other process. So it's an opportunity for investors. We have a lot of people who call in, some flew in from Lagos and Abuja just to be here, and some say they want to invest their money when they see the product, and you can see the background. They are all there interacting with those inventors and seeing how they can partner together to develop these technologies.
Yes, we are moving away from the norms and trying to create a change. You know, it has always been said that if you want to experience change, then you have to attempt to change the way you do things so you can get a different result. So the essence of this conference is an attempt to do things a little bit different to see if we can see different results. From the way the world is going in the 21st century, it has come to a point where nations will no longer begin to rely on other nations. Nations have to begin to be independent. Communities have to learn to be independent. Groupings have to learn to be somehow independent. So we are trying to stimulate the mindset of our people to let them know that we can do a lot of things for ourselves. We don't need the white man in all cases. I'm not saying we are too perfect, but I can say here that we don't need the white man in all cases to do everything for us. Take for instance, you have here today exhibited the melon dehusking machine. If you go to foreign land, most of them don't eat melon. So, for how long will we wait to have a white man come all the way to come and develop a melon dehusking machine for us? When you talk of AXU, that is the Akwa Ibom State University, the founding fathers of that university had a dream. And the dream was all about tailoring that university to a technologically based institution. That university was supposed to be an institution meant to solve problems. We have what we call a triple stand. The triple stand is the university, and the last leg of the triple stand is supposed to be the science park, where you incubate technology. So, but today we have the industries dotting up the landscape of Akwa Ibom State by virtue of Governor Udom Emmanuel's ingenuity. We also have the universities who have really proven to us today that yes, the Nigerian university can compete with their peers elsewhere. These are just things you are seeing. These are just few of them. We didn't come here to read from textbooks. We didn't come here to tell stories. But we came here to prove to the world that yes, our people can do it. Now there's one part of the triple stand that is missing, which is the science tech. And this is where we need the government. We say, government, come back. Let's go back to the road leading to the science park. By the time we are able to return to the science park program and get it running, you will see a truly industrialized Akwa Ibom State.
That the expectations are high. To whom much is given, much is expected. To a great man comes great responsibility. And it is our pledge that will live up to such responsibility of making sure that the engineers in Akwa Ibom State deserve the welfare that they ought to have. Their rights and privileges will not be trampled upon.
As the chairman of the planning committee of the NSC 2019 Tech Innovation Engineering Conference and Exhibition, I am calling on the Akwa Ibom State government to partner with the Nigerian Society of Engineers to solve the problem that is being faced by Akwa Ibomite. And with that, I know that all the problems that we have will be solved because we are being saddled with responsibility of solving problems.
Thank you for your audience. We hope you had an impactful moment with us. We promise to bring to you the same program, same station, same time next week. Bye.